Versatile Mage. Chapter 552. Black Silk Lady. Apart from the graceful girl wearing a black silk veil, there was a pair of brothers following behind her. Instead of saying they were her friends, they looked more like servants. Including Shorty and a muscular guy who was his friend, the group had 7 people in total, 5 men and 2 women. The morning breeze swept past, bringing a weird smell with it. However, for some reason, when the sunlight shone down upon the place, the smell of the dead faded completely, as if the battle last night had never taken place. The south gate was open in the day. The group only needed to put the details down. As they left the outer walls, they followed Shorty's instructions and headed for Sunny Goat Village. The walls in the south faced the Chinling Mountains. Either flying or driving a vehicle would be deemed disrespectful to the demon beasts of Chinling Mountains. Hence, those who headed south had no choice but to walk. Mo Fan was extremely curious about the woman with the extraordinary outfit. It was not that there was anything strange about the girl. The truth was, her outfit was too attractive. Despite the cold weather, she was wearing a silk dress embroidered with colorful peacocks, with a soft red cape draped over her shoulder. Each step she took would reveal her S-shaped physique and curves in a rhythmic manner. Mo Fan walked behind her. He found it hard to move his eyes away from the perfectly fitting smooth silk dress, bereft of wrinkles. From her waist to her legs to her jade white feet, it felt like every single part of her body was filled with charm, hooking his soul away. Mo Fan was fairly experienced and had seen many gorgeous girls in his life. He even had one keeping him company, but the charm he felt from the woman grew stronger as time passed. "Hey, Shorty, where did you find this woman?" Mo Fan finally ran out of patience and asked the black-hearted guide. "She was willing to pay me the money as soon as I mentioned what our destination was, so I brought her along," said Shorty, secretly peeking at the woman as he spoke. His eyes flickered with great lust as he asked Mo Fan with a grin, one that every man would understand, "Why, she's hooking your soul away too." "I was just being curious. I feel like she is no ordinary person," said Mo Fan. "Of course, everyone calls me Shorty, yet I've seen more gorgeous women than any handsome man. Good looking, good physique, good skills. I've met all kinds of them, yet this woman, Tusk, I don't care what she looks like, but I'd be willing to not touch any other woman if she let me do it with her once," Shorty said pervertedly. He was not hiding any of his lewd thoughts, as he assumed that Mo Fan was the same kind. "Can't your mind be a bit healthier?" Mo Fan protested righteously. "I'm not healthy, yet who keeps following behind the woman's ass?" How long until we arrive at Sunny Goat Village?" asked Mo Fan calmly. Shorty was speechless at Mo Fan's attempt to act righteously even though he was a pervert too. He shook his head and said, "You shouldn't be asking how long until we arrive at Sunny Goat Village, but how long until it gets dark." He then pointed his finger into the distance, where the sun was setting on the horizon. "Holy shit, the sun is setting already," cursed Mo Fan. "Did time really pass that quick? It's winter now, the night is longer than the day. Are you seriously that dumb?" asked Shorty. "You haven't told me the woman's background. Go and ask her yourself if you want to." Mo Fan had no choice but to go back to his position. Lu Ru said to Mo Fan softly, "Something strange about the woman's presence." "Ah, that's right, presence," Mo Fan came to a realization. Mo Fan was not just thinking about something lewd while he was staring at the black silk woman. It was more because he had sensed something out of place. "She must be practicing black magic," said Lu Ru. "The magic that one cultivated would easily influence their aura and temperament." Lu Ru's speculation was on point, since apart from her seductive temperament, he was also sensing a dark aura from her. Mo Fan also had the shadow element, so he did know a thing or two about black magic. Meanwhile, Lu Ru was a darkness creature herself, so her nose was more sensitive than Mo Fan's. That being said, those who practiced black magic were not necessarily bad people. As long as they followed the code of conduct set by the Magic Association, they were free to practice it. She must be very pretty, added Lu Ru. You can tell that too, asked Mo Fan curiously. Lu Ru was observing the woman with a hint of admiration. Mo Fan quickly took note when he saw her reaction. The sky gradually turned dimmer. In the season where nights were longer than days, the sun, who woke up at 5, was close to climbing into his wife's pitch-black bed. Mo Fan and Lu Ru had both seen the undead, so the silence before the darkness came was extremely intimidating. The land was vast. It was impossible to tell if they were right on top of the undead's territory. It was the very reason why it was necessary to hire a guide. Otherwise, the weeds on the graves would be 2 meters high next year if they came themselves. Here, eat these. The muscular man took out something like gray garlic cloves from his bag. The man had a bulky figure, yet he looked like a commoner since they could not sense any presence of magic from him. But somehow, he was also missing the living presence of a human. Something to eat. You should have said so earlier. I'm starving. Mo Fan quickly went up to receive the food. The gray thing looked like a sweet potato, or an enlarged garlic clove. He simply took a bite without overthinking it. The next second, Mo Fan immediately spat it out onto the ground. Fuck, is that poop that you just gave me? Cursed Mo Fan. That's ash garlic. It can cover your living breath. With it, the undead won't attack you. We only have a limited supply, and you've just spat one out. If we can't survive the night, it's all on you, explained Shorty immediately. Its taste is so disgusting. I'd rather fight the undead than eat something like that, said Mo Fan. The eyes of the woman in black silk flickered, as if she were impressed by Mo Fan's determination. Don't be too confident now. Listen, Shorty signaled the group to keep quiet. Listen to what? Under the ground, in the soil. Everyone fell quiet. Even though the sky was not fully dark yet, the white sand under their feet began to tremble. It seemed like the vegetables an old farmer planted were finally sprouting, yet the stern look on Shorty's face had already told everyone what was about to happen. Chapter end. Please guys like, comment, share, and subscribe.